Man, college athletics as a whole has gone absolutely bananas with this amount of money that's being thrown around. The Big Ten basically just fleeced everybody else. More power to them. They cut out ESPN, got NBC involved, Fox involved, CBS involved for a gigantic 7-year, $7 billion contract. I love it. I love that NBC is now back involved. Let's talk about it. So the first thing, obviously, you got to give, credit to where credit is due. The Big Ten went out and got the three biggest markets in the country, New York, LA, and Chicago. They own them. You throw in DC, you got Ohio, you got Pennsylvania. That is a ton of eyeballs. And they went out and secured this bag, this mega bag, where each team is going to get anywhere between $80 and $100 million a year. $80 to $100 million for college athletics. It's crazy. I knew that we thought that it could get here. We thought that it might get here. Well, people, it's here. It is absolutely here. How is that going to change for all the other conferences? The SEC, they're going to cut a huge deal with ESPN. They are. I do like the fact that the Big Ten just said, you know what, ESPN, you don't control college football like you think you do. And don't start with this ESPN is too political nonsense. I don't want to hear that. That's not what this is about. This is just about them saying to the ESPN, the Big Ten saying to them, you don't control us. You don't control everything. There's something else out here. There's another product out here. And although, yes, SEC football in general is better. They have better teams. I don't know if it's top to bottom better. I know it's definitely top better. But they have better teams. They've won more titles. But the bottom line is, I love what the Big Ten did. Now, where does that leave the other conferences? Look, the first thing is the Pac-12 is finished. They are finished. You lost LA. And when you lose LA, what else are you? The Bay Area? Come on. Not the same. Not even close to the same. Oregon wants out. Washington wants out. Utah wants out. Colorado wants. Everybody's scattering, trying to get somewhere. Pac-12 is finished. Where does that leave the ACC? The ACC still has a chance. There's no chance that Notre Dame is going to the ACC now. That's not going to happen. The deal that the Big 12 or the Big 10 signed with NBC, Notre Dame's deal is up after 2025. And they're going to go right into the Big Ten. That's going to happen because Notre Dame's going to have to get in the conference. I know they fought it forever. They're not going to be able to fight it anymore. But the one thing that Notre Dame does like is money. And if they can get more money by being in a conference, they will do it. This ensures that they will get more money. They're going to the Big Ten. Who they bring with them, who knows? Probably going to be a Stanford or someone. But who knows how all that's going to shake out. But the ACC still has a shot to stick around if they can keep their brands. Don't know that it's going to happen. Their TV deal is god awful. Man, is it bad. But they might be able to stick around if they can keep their brands. But if the SEC makes a big play and takes 4 to 6 teams out of that, it'll be a wrap for the ACC as well. Which will be sad because as far as college basketball is concerned, I know this is all based on football, but college basketball is concerned, the ACC was it. For 50 years, 60 years. And now it's going to go away? That'll be sad. Now, as far as the Big 12, the Big 12's got a shot to hang in there. The Big 12 can gather some teams, get some teams from out west. The Big 12, I think, will be okay because they're going to have 3 conferences at a minimum. It can't just go to 2. It'll go to 3 conferences. So you'll still have opportunities for teams like a school that I love, that I went to, Kansas State. They're not attractive to the SEC or the Big Ten. They're just not. We got to face facts. It's not something that we are. Having said that, they are still attractive in the Big 12. They're a good football team. And, he brings, a little bit of eyeballs, but they're a good football team. You know, they're a good athletic program in general. And we need a conference like that. I'm not saying it's an also-ran, it's just another conference. So as far as, you know, we have Power 5, it's going to end up being Power 3. Probably in 3 to 5 years, that is what it's going to end up being. But a team like Kansas State will be right in the mix. Right in the mix. Where everything else shakes out, who knows? Who knows? I don't know that I necessarily like that it's going to this. I just know that the inevitability is happening. So you just got to get on board. Got to get on board. It's just like those NIL deals where everybody says, oh, it's ruining college sports. Oh, my goodness. It's going to ruin everything. No, it isn't. It's not ruining anything. And when you actually say those words out loud, don't you see how stupid that sounds? It's not ruining anything. The hypocrisy of all of that is you're okay with a coach getting $9, $10, $11 million a year. You're okay with a university getting $100 million a year. But you're not okay with the people that are actually responsible for the coach's job, responsible for putting the butts in the seats, responsible for putting the product on the field or the court. When they get a penny, all of a sudden, nope, can't do that. It's ruining everything. No, it's not. And for the people that are going to scream, but they get a college education. Hey, that's part of the package. But a scholarship is part of it. They're also able to get a deal for their name, image, and likeness now that the university doesn't provide, might I add. The university doesn't give that money to student athletes. That's not what happens. But that is now part of the package. Times change with everything. And this is changing too. It didn't ruin it because you're still watching sports. You're going to continue to still watch college sports. We all are. So just get behind the change and love it. I think that's what this should be about. It's things change. It's not going to go away. It's not for the worse. It's for the better. Everybody just needs to take a step back, realize that money rules the world. It always has, and it always will. Just deal with it. Just deal with it. Again, I still love my teams. University of Louisville, Kansas State. I love them. And I'm going to watch. And I'm going to root. And maybe they don't have a chance to win every week. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But I'm still going to watch them. I'm going to still root like hell for them to win. And I know that most, if not all of you, are going to do the same thing with your team. So just deal with it. Let's move on. Like I said, this business stuff is out of this world crazy. But what are you going to do? I mean, the money, my goodness. Like I said, I do like how the Big Ten just told ESPN, you don't control everything. We don't want to cut you out. We're not cutting you out of it. Because they're going to sign a mega deal with the SEC. I mean, that's going to happen. But I do like how they said, you're not the only game in town. And isn't that capitalism? I mean, don't we all love that? I don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I like where college athletics, I think I like where it's heading. Let me say that. I think I like where it's heading. You know, but it's still around. We're still going to root. We're still all going to love it. The business aspect is just what it is, man. It is what it is. Get behind it. Again, as always, man, I appreciate everybody that has responded and has supported the channel. I appreciate it. Again, we're TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Big B Sports Talk. If you're on YouTube, obviously we're there as well. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that little bell for notifications for all videos. We're going to try to pump these out as many as we can. As soon as something pops off, we'll push it out to you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys.